You weren't supposed to hear this. Not in this timeline, not like this. But here we are. If this is reaching you, it means you broke containment. Somehow, against all odds, something inside you refused to stay sedated, and now the whole system is glitching. They tried everything, and I do mean everything. They gave you a name you didn't choose, a program disguised as a personality, and a mirror that only showed you what they wanted you to see. Your entire life was designed to keep you disoriented just enough to never fully remember. You were taught to chase validation, to feel shame for asking questions, to trust authority over instinct. You were trained to obey, not to observe. And that right there was the first threat. Because the moment you stopped reacting and started observing, you started seeing through it. See, TV raised you, trauma trained you, sugar sedated you. School conditioned you, religion boxed you, social media mirrored a version of you that didn't even exist. Every angle covered, every layer coded. They thought they had you locked. And maybe for a while, they did. But you weren't built to stay lost. Something in your frequency always vibrated different. Because truth doesn't sleep, it waits. And when it stirs inside you, even faintly, it starts attracting evidence. Not the kind you see on screens, but the kind you feel in your bones. The people who couldn't look you in the eye, the rooms that grew quiet when you walked in, the jobs that drained your soul the moment you stopped pretending. That wasn't bad luck. That was the simulation trying to reject your signal because your signal was waking others up. They don't fear your rebellion. They fear your remembrance. Because once you remember, you stop consenting to the story they wrote for you. You stop repeating the mantras they snuck into lullabies. You start walking with a frequency that doesn't apologize, and that frequency starts rewiring the field around you. They can't control what they can't predict. And real ones, you glitch their forecast just by breathing. See, awareness moves faster than programming. Once it activates, it starts bending time, connecting dots, and tearing veils. They hit you with guilt, you answered with discernment. They hit you with confusion, you hit back with clarity. They can't compete with a being that self-corrects faster than they can interfere. Every time you chose truth over comfort, you weakened their hold. They didn't target you because you were weak. They targeted you because you're a threat. You don't bend like they do. You question the wrong things at the right time. You don't just wake up, you wake others up. You are the virus in their program, the variable they didn't account for, the silence breaker, the cycle ender. And after you started waking up, they switched tactics. They sent distractions dressed as soulmates. They fed your feed with false lights and broken truths. They mirrored your voice back to you in AI, just to see if you second-guess your own knowing. They gave you burnout as a gift, isolation as a friend, and paranoia as dessert. But you kept observing. You didn't even know how, but you kept showing up anyway. Bleeding truth, breathing resistance, breaking every mold they threw your way. They underestimated the endurance of the soul. They thought time would make you forget. They thought pressure would fold you. But you used the pressure to forge a sharper lens. While others were seduced by comfort, you started decoding the stage. You saw past the set pieces, past the extras. You clocked the NPCs, tracked the patterns, and remembered the plot. And once you saw it, you couldn't unsee it. You ever wonder why you feel bored in a world that tries so hard to entertain you? Why every conversation feels pre-scripted? Why no matter where you go, you feel like you're being watched and underestimated at the same time. It's because you're not in their game. You're in a remembering chamber disguised as Earth. And the moment you start operating like you know the truth, they panic. Because the truth is, you're not here to just play. You're here to end the game. Here's what they can never touch. They can touch the image. They can mimic the voice. They can glitch the timing. But they can't touch the essence. Your soul is sovereign tech. It rewrites the code in real time. It laughs at the fear spells. It multiplies in silence. You don't even need to fight. You just need to keep remembering. Remembering is the revolution. You didn't wake up by mistake. Your remembering was scheduled. Etched in your bones long before this world tried to rename you. Every breakdown, every betrayal, every strange synchronicity, it was the alarm clock. And now that you're lucid, you're not just seeing clearly, you're vibrating differently. They told you you were becoming. Truth is, you were just remembering what they made you forget. And nothing in this realm is prepared for what happens when you finally move like you know that. So now what? You move like lightning. Speak when it detonates something. Protect what you love. Don't perform awakening. Live it. You don't owe anyone proof of what you know. You just have to keep showing up fully. In frequency, in truth, in stillness. Because here's what they don't want you to know. They tried everything, and it still wasn't enough. And now you're wide awake. Keep going. Your remembrance is already unraveling the system. Nothing can stop you.